Jay-Z has spoken out on Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl announcement. In a statement shared by Hot 97, Jay-Z praised Lamar's upcoming Super Bowl performance, calling him a once-in-a-generation artist.
Drake does not want Kendrick to perform not like us at the Super Bowl. That is the play here. All this is because he does not want Kendrick to perform that song at the Super Bowl. Lord child, it's nasty.
I wanted to announce this before we even get into gambling.
Good.
Because I'm excited. But February 9th, for anybody that's watching from Australia, I'm coming back to Australia the first time in 8 years.
I remember when I was about like 17 years old. I was in a parking lot and I was watching Jay-Z. For me, that was really a moment that unlocked something in my mind. It made me realize that all this is possible, you know. So I want to thank him, both of them, for that moment.
There's no reason why Lil Wayne should not be performing the Super Bowl. There's one person who's stopping this. I know, it's not really a secret. Lil Wayne had a problem with somebody before who's kind of part of the organization running it. This is payback. Who's Lil Wayne artist? Drake.
Drake has been making headlines recently not just for his legal battles against Universal Music Group, but now he's reportedly stirring things up with the NFL. Allegedly, Drake has threatened to sue the NFL if they allow Kendrick Lamar to perform his diss track Not Like Us at the Super Bowl halftime show. According to Drake, if the NFL goes through with it, both the NFL and UMG would be named in the lawsuit. Sources suggest that Jay-Z, who's been involved in the NFL's music strategy through Roc Nation since 2019, has stepped in to warn Drake against interfering with Kendrick's performance. Tensions between Jay-Z and Drake have been brewing for years, and insiders hint that Jay-Z could be using Kendrick's Super Bowl slot to send a message to Drake. Fans of Drake have already begun speculating about the situation, with some theorizing that Jay-Z might be using Kendrick as a pawn to get back at Drake, Lil Wayne, and Birdman for their past beef. But the big question is, could Drake actually have the legal grounds to block Kendrick from performing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl halftime show? Let's break it down and talk about the possibilities.
Just says he just doesn't want the song played at the Super Bowl. And because in a lawsuit, the NFL is going to tell Kendrick, hey, you can't play this song. You know what I'm saying? At this point, they're going to start to rehearse, you know what I'm saying, for the Super Bowl halftime show. And what the NFL is going to be like, hey, give us your set list. If Not Like Us is on that set list, they're going to be like, oh, this is involved in a lawsuit. Yeah, we don't want nothing to do with that.
If you're wondering why Jay-Z might have an issue with Drake, we need to rewind to the early 2000s. After Drake dropped his So Far Gone mixtape, Jay-Z extended a major cosign by featuring him on Off That, a track from the Blueprint 3. While Drake only contributed the hook, for a newcomer, getting that kind of support from Hovey was a massive deal. The camaraderie continued when Jay-Z featured on Light Up, a track from Drake's debut album Thank Me Later. However, tensions began brewing as Drake quickly rose to prominence. While Jay-Z needed 3 albums to cement his legacy, Drake was making waves and clearly felt he was the next big thing. When Jay-Z and Kanye West dropped Watch the Throne the same year Drake released Take Care, Drake subtly took aim on DJ Khaled's I'm on One. Rapping, I'm just feeling like the throne is for the taking, watch me take it. The rivalry gained more fuel when Birdman, a close ally of Drake, jumped into the fray. He publicly dismissed Jay-Z's standing, stating that Lil Wayne was a better MC. In an interview with Tropical TV, Birdman said, I don't think Jay-Z is the #1 MC in no kind of way. Wayne's the best, he does the most, and he makes the most money. How can you be the best if you don't make the most money or do the most lyrically? Come on, man. Be for real. Can't nobody F with Wayne? The comments sparked further tension and solidified the competitive dynamic between Jay-Z and Drake's camps. Fast forward a year, and Jay-Z wasn't about to let Birdman's flex slide. On Watch the Throne as lead single HAM, Hovey fired back with the lines, I'm like, really, $500 million, you got baby money. Keep it real, they ain't got my lady money. The jab was a clear shot at Birdman and his claims about Lil Wayne's earnings. However, Lil Wayne didn't take it lightly and turned Jay-Z's diss into a full-blown threat on the track It's Good. He rapped, talking about baby money. I got your baby money. Kidnap your bee. Get that how much you love your lady money. Drake, of course, wasn't going to stay silent. On the same track, he threw in his own shade, rapping, "Please pardon my brother, he's just angry at you, you don't have your heart in your wrist," and got too effing comfy. These lyrical exchanges escalated the rivalry, with each side taking increasingly personal shots, adding fuel to the fire between Jay-Z's camp and the Drake-Birdman-Lil Wayne alliance. Fast forward to 2014, and Drake admitted to Rolling Stone that Watch the Throne had actually pushed him creatively. He acknowledged that it challenged him and directly inspired him to create the hit Started from the Bottom. Following this revelation, the tension between Drake and Jay-Z seemed to cool down. The two even collaborated on the track Pound Cake Paris Morton Music 2, which Jay-Z allowed Drake to include on his 2013 album Nothing Was the Same.
He's definitely one of my favorite rappers and like one of my favorite people, period. So it's tough not to want to like just go off
Just
and
rap.
give people those moments. Yeah, that's
Right.
what I want to do, is just rap.
So you have like built a nice relationship with him.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I think like one of the strongest, I think, if not the strongest.
Of all the other
Yeah.
rappers?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. Who knew?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's like, he's just like an incredible mentor to me, and gives me great guidance, and is very, very supportive. And you
Is
know,
that a new relationship, or were you guys always cool?
no, it's always been like that. You know,
Really?
I mean, I think the more I make him proud, you know,
Aw, that's
I
so
think, yeah, like,
cute.
you know, the more I show and prove, like that, the like, you know, that's where the relationship grows. You know, it's just like the more he has to say to me, you know, and I've been consistent enough to sort of deserve or warrant advice from him.
Right.
And he gives it to me, you know, and he's just, I saw him last night. He's like, he's the best, man.
But just when it seemed like the drama was behind them, Drake stirred the pot again. A few months after releasing Nothing Was the Same, he took a jab at Jay-Z during an interview with Rolling Stone. Drake poked fun at Hovey for frequently name-dropping art in his lyrics, saying, "It's like Hove can't drop S these days without at least 4 art references. I'd love to collect at some point, but the whole rap art world thing is starting to feel kind of corny." This comment reignited tensions, as it was seen as a direct critique of Jay-Z's style and persona. Jay-Z didn't let Drake's Rolling Stone comments slide for long. Just a month after the interview dropped, Jay fired back on Jay Electronica's We Made It remix, with the lines, "Sorry, Mrs. Drizzy, for so much art talk, silly me, rapping about S that I really bought while these rappers rap about guns they ain't shot and a bunch of other silly S that they ain't got." Drake didn't hold back either. Just a week later, he responded on draft day, rapping, "I'm focused on making records and getting bigger, just hits, no misses. That's for the married folks." Shortly after the track dropped, Drake added fuel to the fire during a Toronto Raptors playoff game against Jay-Z's beloved Brooklyn Nets. Addressing the crowd, he said, "This is the people's team out here tonight, you know what I mean? Toronto Raptors. Jay-Z somewhere eating a fondue plate." Jay-Z quickly clapped back on DJ Khaled's "They Don't Love You No More," dropping bars like, "Talking down on the crown? Watch them, you clowns got you wound, haters want a ball. Let me tighten up my drawstring, wrong sport. Boy, you know you're as soft as a lacrosse team." The feud had evolved from subtle jabs to full-blown public shots, keeping their rivalry in the spotlight. Drake just wouldn't let it go. On Summer 16, he officially claimed the throne with the line, "I used to want to be a Rockefeller. Then I turned into Jay." However, after all the back and forth, Drake and Jay-Z appeared to call it truce and collaborated on Pop Style. While the track was hyped as a throne reunion, Jay-Z barely contributed, dropping just 2 lines. Drake took this personally, viewing it as a slight. Jay-Z then decided to check Drake again on DJ Khaled's "I Got the Keys," rapping, "Till you're on your own, you can't be me, how we still slaves." In 2016, this was another flex about owning his masters, a theme Jay-Z had previously addressed on We Made It. To drive the point home, Jay added, "Real life. I'm like Hov real life. I'm life goals in real life. They're like me in real life. I'm like no." Drake didn't appreciate the shade and dropped a solo version of Pop Style on his 2016 album Views, cutting Jay-Z and Kanye West from the track. After this, it seemed Jay-Z lost interest in the back and forth and stopped responding. However, Drake wasn't done. On his collab with 21 Savage, Sneakin' On, he addressed Jay-Z's comments about owning his masters, rapping, "You ain't own it right away. You had to wait on it, man. I'm only 29. Have some patience with us." He also took a dig at the traditional label system, saying, "Plus, I never met nobody from my label. I just pop up with the music, then they pay." Drake also subtly reminded listeners that by the time he was Jay-Z's age when Reasonable Doubt dropped, he had already won a Grammy and finished 2012 as the highest-grossing tour act, further asserting his dominance in the industry. The rivalry remained alive in Drake's eyes, even as Jay seemingly moved on. The drama between Drake and Jay-Z didn't end quietly. Despite Drake's jab about Jay not securing his masters until he was 45, Jay-Z responded in 2017 on DJ Khaled's shining, rapping 12 solo albums, all platinum. I know you ain't out here talking numbers, right? I know you ain't out here talking summers, right? Later in 2017, during his 444 tour stop in Toronto, Jay-Z remixed Drake's Know Yourself in his collab with Giggs, KMT. Some fans saw it as a subtle shot, but by mid-2018, the rivalry seemed to cool down. Drake featured Jay-Z on Talk Up from Scorpion, and in a surprising move, the two posed for a photo together during the Detroit stop of Jay and Beyoncé's On the Run II tour. This moment signaled a potential end to years of petty back and forth. Fast forward to today, however, and things may not be as settled as they seemed. Following the announcement that Kendrick Lamar, not Lil Wayne, as many fans had hoped would headline the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show in New Orleans, rumors surfaced. Some industry insiders speculated that Jay-Z, as the NFL's live music entertainment strategist through Roc Nation since 2019, might have orchestrated this move. This led to theories that Jay could be using Kendrick to settle old scores with Drake, Lil Wayne, and Birdman. While the specifics remain unclear, the tangled web of past rivalries suggests that even if some fences are mended publicly, the dynamics between these music titans might still have unresolved layers.
I love Kendrick Lamar. I love the pop-up. I think he's one of the top artists of this generation, period. Hate the selection. It's in New Orleans. You don't get Lil Wayne. That's what we doing?
Yeah.
Listen, you don't get Lil Wayne in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. Not just Hot Boys, Cash Money, all the songs Lil Wayne's done, whether it's Blink 182, there's no reason why Lil Wayne should not be performing the Super Bowl. There's one person who's stopping this. I know, it's not really a secret. Lil Wayne had a problem with somebody before who's kind of part of the organization running it. This is payback. Who's Lil Wayne artist? Drake.
Yeah,
this
age is crazy.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
Bro, it's ridiculous. Like Mike, there's some hip hop that you probably don't know what's going on, to be totally honest with you. So we'll school you behind the scenes. Lil Wayne not to be performing in New Orleans for the Super Bowl is egregious. And it gotta stop. It gotta stop. Mike, we'll tell you what's going on later. It gotta stop, bro. It gotta stop, man.
Yeah, and I'm doubling down on that. Hating at this age is crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
I love Lil Wayne.
It's wild, bro.
Man. I work with Lil Wayne. I love him. Great dude. Great dude.
And this has nothing towards Kendrick. If anybody deserved it, Kendrick would deserve it. But there's some backstory going on.
Yeah.
Why Lil Wayne is not performing the Super Bowl.
Right, I can dig it.
Yeah, that's sad. That's so sad. Yeah, that's like really sad. Like, come on, nigga.
For real, bro.
You're that insecure, man. Like,
it's crazy.
The ongoing drama between Drake, Jay-Z, and Kendrick Lamar has taken a legal turn, fueled by DJ Academic's speculation and Drake's recent actions. Academics theorize that Jay-Z, through Roc Nation's influence over the Super Bowl halftime show, is elevating Kendrick as a power play. He even pointed to Drake's 2015 diss track Charged Up as a reason for lingering animosity, suggesting Jay-Z hasn't forgotten the track. Drake recently escalated matters by filing legal petitions against Universal Music Group (UMG), accusing the label of artificially boosting the popularity of Kendrick's track Not Like Us, which Drake views as defamatory. Fans suspect that these petitions are part of Drake's broader attempt to disrupt Kendrick's 2025 Super Bowl halftime performance. According to Media Takeout, Drake even issued a cease and desist letter to the NFL, threatening to sue both UMG and the NFL if they allow Kendrick to perform the track during the show. Despite Drake's legal threats, sources indicate the NFL and Roc Nation are unfazed. Roc Nation, under Jay-Z's leadership, reportedly warned Drake that his interference with Kendrick's halftime show could have serious repercussions. If the NFL proceeds as planned, it seems Drake's legal and public opposition might only intensify this high-profile feud. For now, Kendrick's halftime performance remains scheduled, and the situation continues to draw attention, with fans and insiders watching closely. The drama continues to escalate as fans speculate that Drake's attempts to block Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance could backfire. With Not Like Us possibly being banned, Kendrick's reputation for being unpredictable might lead him to simply let the crowd sing the track anyway, turning any attempted interference into a win for him. Despite this, Drake still has strong support, particularly from his former close ally, Nicki Minaj. Nicki is now accusing Jay-Z of using Kendrick as a pawn to exact revenge on Drake and Lil Wayne. She suggests that Jay-Z is orchestrating the entire situation, pulling Kendrick's strings to settle old scores. This new layer of the feud is sure to add more fuel to the fire as the industry's major players continue their high-stakes battle. As the situation unfolds, fans are left questioning whether Drake's legal threats will have any actual impact on Kendrick's performance, or if it's just more theatrics to fuel the ongoing rivalry. What do you think? Can Drake really stop Kendrick from performing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl?
You know, Drake is my baby, and cause that's how we were when we came in. So whenever I think of him, I'm like, oh, that's my baby. You know what I'm saying?
Breaking news. Literally moments ago, Nicki Minaj took to Elon Musk's app to blast Jay-Z hard.
Nicki Minaj's Twitter outburst over Jay-Z allegedly using Kendrick Lamar to sabotage Drake's career has left fans shocked, especially given her and Drake's past tensions. Since the announcement of Kendrick headlining the 2025 Super Bowl in New Orleans, Nicki has been vocal on social media, tweeting nonstop to defend Drake and claim that Jay-Z is orchestrating the move to retaliate against Drake, Lil Wayne, and the whole Young Money crew. Fans are surprised by Nicki's fierce support for Drake, especially considering their previous drama, where they both threw subtle jabs at each other. This turn of events adds more drama to the already messy situation, with people questioning if Nicki's involvement in the feud could escalate things further.
So has given me some of the best advice of my career. He's given me some great advice. He's very smart, and you can't take that away from him. And also, even when there were things happening, even when I couldn't speak to him, I think he felt, the love that I will always have.
Nicki Minaj is once again at the center of drama, but this time she's making Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show about herself and the Young Money crew. Ever since the announcement that Kendrick would be headlining the show, making history as the first rapper to ever solo headline the Super Bowl, Nicki has been going off on Twitter. She's upset that Lil Wayne, a living rap legend from New Orleans, didn't get the opportunity to headline, especially considering that the Super Bowl will be in his hometown. But Nicki's frustration goes deeper than just that. She's convinced that Jay-Z is using Kendrick to further his own agenda, specifically to bring down Drake's career. Nicki's been throwing shots at Jay-Z on social media, even accusing him of being an industry handler, and calling out the way the truth is manipulated in the music industry. Fans are intrigued by Nicki's take on the situation, with some agreeing with her and others questioning whether her involvement is making things more complicated. What do you think about Nicki's reaction to Kendrick's Super Bowl performance? Does she have a point, or is she just stirring the pot? Nicki Minaj is really taking no prisoners with her recent Twitter rants. After a fan quoted her, claiming she's been right about everything she says, Nicki responded with confidence, noting how she never cares if people figure things out later, she's just speaking her truth. She also hinted that people are being manipulated into a trance, possibly referring to how public perception is shaped by certain industry figures. Fans couldn't help but catch the possible shade she threw at Beyoncé as well, a subtle jab that only added fuel to the fire. Nicki wasn't done either. In another tweet, she expressed frustration about how the situation around Lil Wayne's snub for the Super Bowl wasn't being handled fairly. She drew a comparison between two famous ninjas, one who took a knee, and another who took the bag, implying there's a deeper strategy at play to keep people in line and distracted. The shade and the accusations of unfair treatment have left fans buzzing, as Nicki continues to stir the pot. What do you make of her tweets? Is she just venting, or is there a larger conspiracy she's hinting at? Nicki Minaj is definitely not holding back in this feud, and her latest accusations against Jay-Z are escalating the drama to a whole new level. By calling Jay-Z a handler and accusing him of using his money and connections to control black artists, Nicki is really going after him. She's also taking offense that Lil Wayne hasn't been given the recognition he deserves, especially with the Super Bowl controversy. According to Nicki, if Wayne were to pass away, the entire culture would mourn his loss, but right now people aren't giving him the flowers he's earned. She's also made it clear how much Wayne has done for her personally and professionally, supporting her and Drake without any official agreements. The shade towards Jay-Z continues with her belief that he's punishing Wayne out of ego and a long-standing feud with Birdman. She even took shots at the music industry, calling out the hypocrisy and claiming that Wayne's legacy is being disregarded. This situation is only getting messier as fans speculate whether this is all part of a bigger battle between Jay-Z and Lil Wayne that goes back years. But the part where Nicki calls Lil Wayne a young black man definitely adds another layer of surprise, especially with all the drama unfolding. What do you think? Is Nicki right to be so vocal, or is she just fueling the fire? And that's a wrap on today's messy music industry drama. From Jay-Z's alleged manipulation with Kendrick Lamar to Nicki Minaj's explosive tweets defending Lil Wayne and Drake, this whole situation is heating up fast. It's clear the tension between these major players isn't going away anytime soon. Let me know what you think. Do you side with Nicki, or do you think Jay-Z and Kendrick are just doing their thing? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the next scoop. Until next time, keep it locked.